Ever feel like you know English but just can't seem to speak it? In this video, I share my exciting journey and practical tips that helped me speak English more often and confidently. Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Talk Daily. Today, I came with helpful tips and tricks that will show you how to use English more frequently in your daily life. So, sit back, relax, and watch the video. And before we start, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more encouraging content that will help you learn English in a simple way. Now, let me tell you my story. My name is Marcus, and I have always loved learning English. I did well in school, acing my grammar tests, reading English books, and even writing essays. I felt confident when I studied, but when it came time to speak, I often held back. I was afraid of making mistakes, and I ended up speaking very little outside of class. I knew deep down that to truly master English, I had to practice speaking it as much as possible. At the beginning of my journey, I felt lost. I studied grammar and vocabulary, and I could read English well, but I rarely used it in real life. I would only speak English when I was forced to in class, and that was it. When I was out with friends or running errands, I mostly used my native language. I realized that knowing a language is not enough. You must use it frequently to improve. One day, I decided to change my routine. I made a promise to myself. For one whole day each week, I would speak only English. I called it my English Day Challenge. At first, it was very hard. In the morning, when I went to the cafe to grab breakfast, I had to force myself to order in English. I'd say, "Hello, can I have a coffee and a croissant, please?" Even though I was used to my native language. At first, the barista would sometimes smile at my accent or ask me to repeat myself, but I kept at it. I soon learned that the more I practiced, the easier it became. On my English day, I began by watching English news videos and podcasts early in the morning. I listened carefully and repeated the sentences aloud. This helped me get used to the rhythm of native speech. I also started writing a short diary entry in English every day. I noted down new words and phrases I heard, and slowly my vocabulary grew. One memorable day was when I decided to explore a nearby park during my English day. I walked around, observing the trees, flowers, and people. I started a conversation with a friendly tourist I met at a bench. I introduced myself. "Hi, my name is Marcus. I am learning English and I love your hat. Where are you from?" The tourist smiled and said he was from Canada. We talked about the weather, local sights, and even exchanged our favorite English movies. That conversation boosted my confidence and taught me that real-life interactions are the best teachers. I also joined an online language exchange group. There, I met people from different parts of the world who were eager to practice English. In our weekly video calls, I would talk about my day, ask questions, and listen to how others spoke. I learned phrases and idioms that are not found in textbooks, and I got comfortable with everyday slang. I remember one call where we discussed our favorite hobbies. I was nervous at first, but soon I found myself laughing and sharing freely. The supportive atmosphere made all the difference. Another tip that worked for me was to use English in small daily tasks. For example, I changed the language settings on my phone and computer to English. I started thinking in English instead of my native language. Even when I was alone, I would talk to myself in English, describing what I was doing as I cooked dinner or went for a run. These small steps added up and made speaking English feel natural. not everything was perfect. I still faced moments when I struggled to understand fast speech, and sometimes I felt embarrassed by my mistakes. Once, I was in a group discussion at a local club, and I couldn't catch everything that was said. I felt very frustrated and even considered quitting my English Day challenge. But then I remembered a piece of advice from one of my online friends. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. Every error is a step forward. With that in mind, I decided to push through the embarrassment and continue practicing. Over time, I began to notice significant changes. My English improved, and I became more confident in my conversations. I started using English not just on my designated English day, but gradually I found myself mixing English into my everyday life. I started chatting with my classmates, asking questions in English during lectures, and even ordering food without hesitation. Every time I spoke, I felt a little bit braver, and every conversation became an opportunity to learn. One day, I received an invitation to speak at a small community event. I was nervous but excited. I prepared a short speech in English, practiced it over and over, and finally, I delivered it in front of a small audience. The applause and kind words I received made me realize how far I had come. I had overcome my fear of speaking English, and now I was able to express my ideas clearly and confidently. The journey wasn't easy, and there were many ups and downs. However, each challenge taught me valuable lessons. Practice daily. Consistent practice, even if it's just for a few minutes, makes a huge difference. Immerse yourself. Change your phone. Watch TV shows. And join groups where English is spoken. Embrace mistakes. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn. Don't be afraid to err. Engage with others. Conversations with native speakers help you learn natural expressions and idioms. Stay positive. Confidence grows with every small step forward. By the end of my first year, I was no longer the shy student who was lost in translation. I became more fluent, more confident, and most importantly, I learned to enjoy speaking English every day. I discovered that the secret to speaking frequently is to make it a part of your daily routine. Even if you start small, each conversation builds your skills and helps you improve. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this video and found these tips helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to English Talk Daily for more exciting stories and practical language learning advice. What is one small step you can take today to speak English more often? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep practicing, keep growing, and never stop chasing your dreams. See you in the next video on English Talk Daily.